Good evening. This is Encounters, the late night. Hey, One Toyota. This is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show, the most popular UFO talk show on social media. I'm Commander Alion with the Ashtar Galactic Command, known as the Ashtar Command, contacted in the 1960s, host of Sunday morning's show on WESUFM.org, Cosmic Eye Radio, Ashtar Command Radio every Sunday for 21 years. And also host of this show, right here on social media, here on TikTok. This is an actual show. Hey, Johnny, this is an actual show. So if you're coming here, we're not like any other TikTok. We're actually doing a show, you see. That's the difference between me and... Wow, I just achieved a goal. That's amazing. My roses, the roses goal. That's good. Thank you, Pinel. Best show on the planet Earth. Thank you. Catherine, good to see you. All my shows are caught up on YouTube. Every show, including last night's show, the night before that. All the shows are on. All the last 3 shows, if you missed any of them, are on my YouTube channel. So we have a clean slate. So now we're at a starting point with this show. This show is being recorded and will be on YouTube as well. So if you miss anything, you can go, hey, Catherine, you can go to my YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News, and you'll see all the shows on there, including the last 3. And we never know what's going to happen here. Whether I'm just going to be doing the talk show deal, or whether I'm going to have to be in the Ashtar Command mode and send spaceships over someone's location to capture and get rid of negative ETs that are affecting them. You never know what's going to happen here. You know, or whether somebody's going to share a story of having positive encounters with our space people. You never know. Bigfoots, fairies, mer people. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on. And it's going to be a great night. Hey, L1NZ1. Hey, Gary. Yes, we are definitely fired up. Hey, sassy little mama. And tomorrow is, cosmically speaking, July 4th on planet Earth. At least in the United States, anyway. Well, it's July 4th everywhere, but it's, yeah. We are definitely amped up, Johnny, and you're doing some really good mission work off-planet. I hear all the good things that you're doing, brother. Terry, good to see you. Hannah Hain. You're better off watching Cocoon or Contact with Jodie Foster. Cocoon was really good. But, yeah. So it's going to be good tonight. We actually have apple cider. You can't really see it. I can see it now. I got apple cider, folks. I got a whole glass of apple cider. So if you think I'm amped up, when I drink this stuff, this thing amps up my consciousness. New England apple cider. Always. Good to have everybody coming here. All new people, you're tuning in and watching for the first time if you're new. This is the #1 talked about UFO spiritual talk show with your host, Commander Alion. And my little background thing is I'm from Mars, a planet that is a living, breathing planet with 10 to 15 million inhabitants living on Mars. That's right. It is not a dead planet. That's right. You're saying, wow, people are living on Mars? They're actual human beings living on Mars that come from Mars? Breaking cosmic news, yes, for those that don't know. Hey, Susie, good to see you. Hey, Patty Welch. Luna Star, welcome to the show. Luna, Sammy, 781, welcome. The Prez, hey Prez, welcome to the show. Peggy, welcome to the show. And everybody coming in here. Hey, Cheryl Barron, good to have you with us. All the folks coming in here. You'll find that I welcome everybody here because we are doing a show worldwide always. We have a big studio audience and there's plenty of room for people. So take a seat wherever you are around the world and just get relaxed. Get relaxed. You know, because this is the place to be on a Wednesday night on planet Earth. Yep. And we're just getting started. We haven't even begun to do interviews or anything yet. We're just getting started, brothers and sisters. We're just getting started here, you know? And we're glad you're here. We're glad you're all here. And Johnny, thank you for everything you're doing off planet too. I've heard some beautiful stories, you know. And pretty soon, Johnny, myself, Kit Kat, Chesno will be at some point together, physically going off planet. That's right. We're all ready. You know, we're all prepped up. We're all prepared. Johnny, I know Johnny's already doing the work. It's going to be definitely beautiful. And I can't wait. You know, one of the things I want to do, because I know what we've been doing to the seas and our oceans, where the space people live in our oceans and other life forms. Thank God the Ashtar Command is stopping it. Secretly, our governments have been doing nuclear testing in our oceans. Secretly, the government's using certain technologies that are killing life forms in our oceans. And it's being exposed. It's being exposed. And thank God April has been on the ships a few nights ago. She was taken to the areas to help them. The dolphins, yeah, all the different life forms, including the space cities that are in the depths of our oceans, have been somewhat affected by what we've been doing. Not we, you and me, but a secret operations have been doing that the public doesn't even know about. But we're going to expose those programs. We're going to expose the government for lying to the people of Earth about what they're doing, what they've been trying to do. And they've been affecting life forms in our oceans. You know, this is the thing. This is the thing you have to understand. And I don't talk about it much, but I think probably we need to. Not only has the government lied for 70 years about the existence of intelligent life in the universe, but they've been doing everything in their way to try to destroy life in the universe. These people want to have complete control of Earth society. These people with a lot of power within different, these are people that are above top secret. They're like at such a high level, nobody would ever know who they are. Yeah, power and money, radiation and nuclear testing in our oceans, you know. Thank God our space people of the Ashtar Command are diligently working and stopping what's been happening. You know, thank God for that. You know, we've got to talk about it and expose it. And busting the matrix means telling the truth. No one knows. Most billions of people on this planet have no idea what's going on in our depths of our oceans, what technologies and weapons we've been using to try to destroy, that's been destroying or destroying areas or oceans that are being replenished after they've been, by the command, they're replenishing those areas, and they're putting a stop to what we're doing to our planet. These people, these unknown people that are doing this stuff, they have a total disregard for life. They really do. They have a total disregard for life. And people need to know this. Senator Reynolds, thank you for the corn. You know, now Saturday night, we'll get into a lot of stuff regarding the Ashtar Command on Saturday. But people need to know the truth. And the truth will set you free. They don't talk about this stuff on YouTube videos. They don't talk about this stuff. I've not seen it talked about other than the information April has provided from the ships. And she's been going into those oceans with our space brothers and sisters to help. You know? And you might not know the full story of what's happening here, but you will at some point know the truth. Some way you will. understand the truth. You see, for many years, back in the day, in the 50s, in New York City, the CIA, this happens to be true, they used nerve gas. Actually, they've dumped nerve gas back in the day off the coast of New York City. They used to dump nerve gas in the water. This is true. You know, this is true. Patty says, I hope one day they are brought out. They deserve all the bad things. They're being dealt with. They are being dealt with. You know, these people who are doing all this stuff have no regard for any life. Not just human life. They don't care about any life. And the fact of the matter is, we have highly intelligent space people and families living in the oceans. Did you know that? That they're living in depths of our oceans, very deep into the oceans. And there are cities there. There are people there. The mermaids. All the other life forms that exist amongst us live in the oceans. And if people would just get out of the 3D thing of your textbooks, your Bibles, and all this other stuff, and get into the truth. The truth is, you've been lied to. Boy, am I amped up tonight. Thank you. Watch out. Don't try to even start arguing with me, because you're going to lose, and I'm not going to argue with you anyway, because I'm amped up right here. This has been going on for years, and as the years have gone by, we've had scientists create things that are being used for negative purposes against this planet, against our planet. And the public doesn't even know about it. Kitty Jackson says the exposure has been coming out heavy for the last decade or more. Thank you, Fugs Nasty. You see, the thing with me is, because I don't come from Earth, and because I come from another planetary system, and because I am from the Ashtar Command, even though I'm here human as a human being, my consciousness is just not human. It is of a galactic consciousness. So I'm sensitive to everything around me. I'm sensitive to everything. Sometimes I wish I wasn't. And so we have somebody here that's being sent out into the world, into the ethers, and we're going to send them bye-bye. Ronald Thompson, have a good trip. Take care. Be well. May you find yourself somewhere. Thank you, Johnny. We just sent them out into the universe. They're gone. You see, the good thing about this show is it's nice when people reveal themselves so we can actually block them. Thank you, Johnny. You and I did it together, man. Hey, Tiffany, good to see you. So I'm going to get into it a little bit tonight about the secret government operations against the people of Earth, against all life forms on Earth. They really are secretly trying to attack the space people and other life forms in our oceans. That's what they're doing. That's really what they're doing. And on the public program, you have NASA, and then you have the Pentagon on the public end of it, talking about disclosure and about TikToks and Tic Tacs and whatever they want to talk about, right? Hey, Miss Daniels. But the truth is, that's all a lie too. They want to make people forget about things. They want people to just go about their merry business on Earth. We'll take care of everything. You know, you can trust us. We're going to give you the disclosure. Love for peace. Thank you for the roses in the heart. We're going to give you disclosure, people. And yeah, we care. And that's why they started the Star Wars program. What do you think that was about? During the Cold War, they had the Star Wars program. Now, the whole deal with that was We're using it to prevent nuclear weapons and other weapons of mass destruction from hitting another country. So we have the Star Wars program where we can destroy these missiles. Star Wars program was created not to prevent war between countries on Earth. It was created to destroy intergalactic spaceships coming from beyond Earth. That's what the Star Wars program's about. That's what it was always about, you see. That's what it was always about. The revelation of truth here is when Ronald Reagan, some of you weren't even born yet, spoke to the United Nations, he talked about an alien threat. Now, there are no aliens, but he used the word alien. He said to the United Nations, what if there was an alien threat? Now, was that a slip of the tongue? Or was that purposely stated? And it's recorded. There's a recording of him saying that. It's documented. It's on YouTube. I've listened to the recording. It exists. So they created this program back in 1980, and it's been used to shoot extraterrestrial craft. Its main purpose is to destroy any non-terrestrial spaceship that comes to Earth. Now, obviously, if the ships are advanced, they can get around that pretty quickly. But this is when all this stuff started happening. You see, all these secret programs. And the reason why they wanted to do this was because they wanted people to believe that the space people were a threat to our planet Earth, when in fact, the people that are involved in creating these technologies like Star Wars, they're the threat to our planet. The very people that are scientists, the very people that are in levels of top secret security clearance that are allowing these things to occur without the knowledge of the public. The very people that are testing nuclear weapons in our oceans and nobody even knows about it. CNN doesn't know about it, BBC doesn't know about it, NBC doesn't know about it, CBC doesn't know about it, but we know about it. We know right here about it. We know what's going on. We know what's happening. And we're going to stop it. And who's going to stop it? Our space brothers and sisters within the Ashtar Command are doing that right now. You don't see them because they're working really in very serious situations right now where it's not, they can't go lounging around having a lot of fun. There's a thing going on here, folks. This is it. This is the final thing that's going on. Those in top secret places who do not want the public to ever connect with the positive people of light from other worlds are doing their last-ditch effort by trying to destroy the cities that are in the depths of our oceans. They're trying to destroy all these different beautiful places in our oceans as if they never existed. They're doing these tests, and it's not just because they're doing them to make improvements for anything. They're doing these destructive tests, the radiation, the nuclear testing in our oceans. If the people only knew the truth, if the people only knew the truth, they would be incensed. The whole planet would rise up and say, we need to arrest these people, whoever they are. We need to. We need to be strong. We need to be steadfast. We need not to be afraid to stand up for what is truth. We must stand in our light. We must stand out in our cosmic abilities to know what is real and what is not. We must be able to stand up to those that are trying to destroy our world and trying to prevent the final contact, which they can't do. You see, these people are desperate. They're going to do anything they can. Even if it means destroying life on this planet, they will do anything they can to try to prevent the actual contact between our space people and the people of Earth. Now, I'm speaking here in a very strong language. I had no idea I was going to speak on this tonight, but I am. Evidently, I need to. And I'm going to, because I can. People need to get their heads out of their Bibles, out of their politics, out of their isms, and connect with the truth. To connect with the fact that you're being lied to on so many levels about cosmic and galactic areas of life. And that you've been lied to forever. Now, you might not have been around 70 years ago. You might not have been around 20 years ago. But you're definitely here now. You're definitely here now. Thank you, Mary Ellen. And you're here for a reason. And this show, out of all the things you can watch on YouTube, TikTok, History Channel, this show, and I speak the truth when I say this, we're going to bust the lies, the matrix, and all the stuff that's going on here. That's been my mission. I've been very, very good about walking on that rope. I've never fallen off that rope. I'll keep going up and climbing up that cosmic mountain, and I will never falter. I can't be tricked. I can't be sidewiped, because I'll still speak the truth. Now, whether you believe it's the truth, you still live in a free will universe, and you have that right. Honestly, you are truly brave. I can't seem to get the words out, but I found you for a reason. Yes, Tiffany, thank you for being here. Hey, Monique, good to see you. Honey McReynolds, we've been lost in the fear and dogma for far too long. You're absolutely right, Honey McReynolds. And we're glad you're our friend, Patty Welch. George says, I got mad love for you. I got mad love for you, or one of my own. Sharon says, Commander, you are such a wonderful big brother for many of us. Thank you, Sharon. You know, so it's time for everyone to come together, let go of whatever your belief systems are, and come together. You see, what they're afraid of, if it's all the human beings that don't have power come together, their power is lost. Well, their power is going to be lost anyway. They've lost control of the narrative, see? They had control of the narrative for 70 years. You know? For 70 years. From the Roswell incident in 1947 and many other incidents that have been documented. Hey, Papa Smurf, good to see you. And part of the thing is they created a society where people, if they're working all the time, they won't have time to understand what's going on around their planet. So isn't that interesting? On Earth, unlike other planets that are highly advanced and spiritual planets where they don't have people working 24 hours a day, on Earth, human beings are working to live. Human beings have to work to live, right? That's the way they set it up. So if they have you having to focus on paying a bill, or focus on putting gas in your car, or whatever it is, then you can't be focused on the fact that they've been destroying the planet and they've been creating all these things that are not good. But now, you see, we have the social media. Now we have things like this that can't be stopped. Now we have people like me who are not afraid, who speak the truth, who came out of the closet years ago about where I'm from, who speaks on a cosmic level of understanding that everyone can understand. Angelica, thank you. Acid Messiah, good to see you, brother. We're doing well. You know, and that's why I'm committed to, and Tiffany, you may certainly ask the question. Scarecrow, thank you for the roses. That's why I'm committed to what I'm doing here. I will not stop doing this until we have complete contact with our space family. And even then, I'll still do it. Because then the Earth is going to be gradually shifting into a new way of living, a new paradigm, a new understanding. You see? Man, am I amped up here tonight. I had no idea I was going to go into this, but the commander, instead of interviewing, I'm going to do some interviews tonight. I've been contacted. We're going to do some interviews in a little bit, but I got to say all this stuff now. I got to get this all out now. If I don't do it now, when? You know? And this show's being recorded, and it'll be on my YouTube channel. You know, there are people that come and go. There are people that come and go. I've been on this modem since 2003. I've seen things that were here initially that aren't here anymore. And I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, because what I do is going to help in a very beautiful way in waking up the world from the lies. And if I can wake up one person at a time, and then that person wakes up another person, then there's a cosmic domino effect. When I say that, I mean the dominoes will fall where they will, and every domino that falls will affect another domino. You see? Summer says, I've been through a horrible experience with reptilians, and they do things to us. God saved me. Summer, are you still having problems with reptilians? I was just reading Summer's comment. And I want to say this, even though this is not Ashtar Command night. The Ashtar Command is here to assist humanity from many, many planetary systems. And they are here permanently to help. CC Sue 59. When will we learn the truth? Now. Jane, I think it's Jane. If you watch the show, Jane, you'll learn the truth here. Disclosure on my show. You'll learn the truth here. If April's on, when April's on with me, when April does her lives, when she comes off the ship, you'll learn what's happening beyond any social media between the both of us. Let's see here. Bum Slum says, we are vessels. Monique says, can you send Astro Command over Chicago Midway Airport on the 4th of July? They got too many things going on. It's not that way. They're dealing with stuff in the oceans, and they're helping prevent stuff that our government's doing to life in the oceans. There's no time for a joyride over Midway Airport. Why don't humans get it? Well, you guys do. Always you do. A lot of you here do. You're the ones that are going to help wake up the people that don't get it. You see? You're going to be the ones that are going to wake up humanity that don't get it. You're going to be the ones who do it. Matter of fact, it's the responsibility of all my viewers who are awake to help wake up humanity. And if one person out there does it, and another person does it in Europe, and another person in the United States does it, Central America, wherever you are, Japan, you're going to be the ones who are going to do it. You see? You don't have to wait for someone to do it. All you got to do is do it. You see? It doesn't take much. All of you, hey, Kaz, good to see you. Hey, Grace, good to see you. It's up to everybody. Because what they're doing, when she's live, well, April is live, Friends with Furries, usually later in the evening. So if you see her go live, you can usually find her there. She's probably been now off planet over 32, 33 times already. I try to keep a mental count of it. Dee, thank you so much. But it really is important that we realize that we have the power cosmically and galactically and spiritually to make the changes necessary to live on a planet of peace. To live on a planet where there's no negative ETs trying to abduct humans or work with our government in a secret level to try to totally control the planet. That's not going to happen anymore. That's just not going to be, you know. And it's time for billions of human beings to wake up, you know. We still have a lot of people that are asleep on this planet, billions of them. But there are millions of them that are awake. You know, that's good, but we need to wake up more people. See? And Patty Welch says, we've been looking for answers. I'm working on looking for orbs. Interesting, fishing down the rabbit hole. We're doing it now. Yes, Sean, we are. Yes, I have much to share. Element, can you give me a... I'm going to probably bring you up. There's a few people that want to come up here, and I'm going to do interviews in just a little bit here. But like I said, I'm really amped up, and I have to get all this stuff out in my consciousness. Hey, Hetty, Jojo. Let's see here. Hey, Breakfast. Good to see you. It's friends with fairies, not for furries. Fairies, like, fairies. Friends with furries, 1111. So if she's on, she'll be on. Probably I can't tell when she's on, but when she's on, you'll know she's on. Let's see here. My brother is still sleeping. He would not believe me. He'll eventually wake up. He'll definitely get there. Your brother will eventually wake up. It's been a fight I went through my whole life since I was a child. I'm bringing Summer up first. She's been having problems with reptilians. Okay, Summer. So I want to just let people know how this works, okay? Because this is an actual talk show. You have to be over 18. No kids on the broadcast. No smoking whatsoever. If you're smoking, throw it out. Get rid of it. Put it in the ashtray, whatever it is. No drinking. No drugs. No cursing. No paranormal discussion. Everything is in the galactic cosmic area of a spiritual UFO talk show, which is what this is. So I'm going to bring up Summer as our first guest on. If you wish to be a guest, I will do a guest one-on-one. I'd usually like to do one-on-one to get a real in-depth understanding of people. And Summer's having problems with reptilians. We're going to deal with that situation right now. And we're going to bring her up. Summer's our first guest. Summer, if you accept my guest request, we'll put you on here on the show. You'll be our first guest on Encounters. Let me see what's going on here. Or maybe not, if she doesn't accept my request. So Summer, you out there? I've been reading your comments. Let's see here. Thank you everyone for sharing the live. Please follow. Everybody follow, and everybody like the live. You have to press the actual page of the broadcast of what I'm doing. When you press on the screen and you'll have a heart go up, it actually increases the likes. So if everybody does that, almost 300 of you all tap the screen really quickly, it'll bring the numbers up over 28, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100. Our goal is 100,000 likes tonight. Hey, Penny, we're doing good. Hope you're doing well. And I'm trying to see... Summer, I'm interested in hearing from you. I would like to hear Summer's story about her reptilian problems. Yeah, I'll talk to April about, maybe saving some of those. Oh, she said no? Okay. I could have helped her. You can't force people, but it's a bad time for me right now, but later another day. Okay, Summer, on another night, we're on at 11 o'clock at night, I will help you get rid of the reptilians. And so we're on usually at 11 o'clock at night. I will commit myself to helping you get rid of the reptilians on one of my shows when I bring you on. Whenever that is, we will get rid of the reptilians. All right? And let's see here. I'm looking at all the comments here. I believe it is a huge story. And I'm telling you, when that day comes, we will not only get rid of the reptilians, I've done this for a lot of people, and I will do this for you as a gift to you the day we do this. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hey, Nature's Whispers, good to see you, brother. Oh, interesting there, Nature's Whispers. Oh, they already are gone. Okay, that's good. Well, then you're good. If you don't need any help on that level, you're very good. Now, I'm looking at comments here still. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show, right here on social media. Oh, good. Good for you there, Summer. Good for you. And welcome all the new people coming in here. We appreciate you joining us here on a Wednesday evening. There was somebody who wanted to come on earlier that I have not. I didn't do anything. I didn't press any buttons, folks. My hands are right here. I swear I didn't touch anything. Hey, Tiffany, how you doing? How'd that happen? I'm telling you, I did not bring Tiffany up. It just like automatically went up. That's pretty weird. Who is it here? Let's see this. Hey, Gary. There was a guy on here earlier that said he had something he wanted to share. So if you've never been on the show before, I'd love to interview some people. If you've had any encounters with positive ETs, hey, Joey. If you have positive encounters with space people, mer people, mermaids, fairies, if you had any Bigfoot connections, Element, yeah, is Element still here? Let's see if Element's still around here. Yeah, I think was it Element? I think so. We had something hovering in the sky when the fireworks were going on tonight. Interesting. Oh yeah, fishing. I've heard of Valiant Thor. I know Valiant Thor. I don't know him personally, but years ago, my friend Athena, myself, and a couple other people in my house tried to go on to the spaceship of Valiant Thor. He was over my location. This is many years ago, and he tried to beam us onto the ship. Actually, not even beam us onto the ship. The wall was disappearing in the living room at the time. And at that point, I couldn't believe it, but he said our vibrational levels, as high as they were, weren't high enough for them to take us onto the ship. This is many years ago. So I know about Valiant Thor and the Victor One. I also not know the late Dr. Frankie Stranges, who wrote books and who went on the spaceship of Victor One with Valiant Thor back in Lake Mead in Nevada. I know the whole story. Absolutely. Oh, you're very welcome, Fishing. Thanks for bringing that up. And Dr. Stranges was an incredible person before he died. It's okay, never mind. Element, what was the story? I was kind of interested to hear what it was. Hey, Kit Kat, good to see you. CC, welcome. Good to see you, CC. I'm just carefully reading people's comments here. Should be scared of space people? No, Richard, you don't have to be scared of space people. You shouldn't be scared of anything. You shouldn't even be scared of the people that are trying to do stuff on our planet against the space people. The space people are good, positive people, men and women from other planetary worlds. Don't be scared of the space people. The space people are beautiful people. I work with them. I've been connected with the space people since I was a kid in the 60s. No, they're beautiful. They're just like us, humans, just like us. They're just spiritually more advanced than we are and more advanced in their ability to travel throughout the universe. But don't be afraid of the space people. Nothing to fear about that. You know? Tonight's one of those nights where I'm answering questions. Have you ever been on a spaceship? Probably when I've gone out of body, I don't ever remember most times. I know I bilocated. A couple of years, good many years ago, I would bilocate. I'd be driving on the highway on Interstate 91 or something, and I'd bilocate out of my vehicle somewhere else, and then I came back, and the car was still in the lane it was in. It was, and if people know what bilocation is, I've had that happen to me. It doesn't happen anymore, but it used to. I used to bilocate. How can you, Carletto? How can you see space people? Well, first of all, you have to get your spiritual cosmic self together, meaning you have to just let go of all your 3D world stuff here, your TV set, watching the boob tube, so to speak, learning how to meditate, connecting like with the word Om or you, and going into deep levels of meditation. And when you do that, you'll be able to learn how to connect with your star family, what you call your space family. Everybody has one, you know? And as you learn to do that, in time, you'll learn to connect with your space family. But you have to practice, do 20 or 30 minutes of meditation a day, what I call a Christed cosmic meditation. So it's not automatically going to happen. You have to really focus and tune in on that. Do you have a space family or a connection to a space family? Everybody does. But you have to learn how to meditate to, in time, connect with your space family. You have a biological family, which is a biological mom and dad, grandmother, grandfather, sisters, brothers, whatever. That's here on Earth. That's a biological family. Everybody out here watching this show, whether you believe it or not or even know it yet, you all have a cosmic biological family from another planet. And you don't have to know who it is now. You might not even know how to do that or how to connect. Everything will happen in time. So just relax about it. Everything will happen in time. It's just a matter of being patient, learning how to meditate, and focusing on inner understanding, inner reflection. That's really, really important. You know, good question. And thank you, Misty Moo, for sharing our live. And it looks like tonight I'm doing a lot of answering of questions, which is good. You know, some nights we have like all these people that want to come on and share their stories. Lewis says, how do visitors get through the figure? Well, there's no firmament. That was created on the internet. When the internet started, somebody out there that started to say that the firmament, there's no firmament. Anybody can go anywhere they want in the universe or leave the planet, come to the planet, anything they want to do. That is just a word to be used to control society to believe that we're in a bubble. We're not in any bubble. And we're not even any, there's no flat earth. And there's no, there's no anything, there's no firmament, there's nothing. We have the ability to come and go, but we don't have the ability as human beings publicly to travel in space, but yet we are able to go in space and leave the planet. I appreciate the question. That's right. What Honeyman Reynolds just said. Richard, absolutely not. They are us in a much more evolved level. Absolutely. And you're watching Encounters. I'm actually, who are the creators? There's only one creator. Jane, good question. The one creator that created all the multiverse is God. God is universal. God is is everywhere. See, on Earth, people tried to say that other things created us when it was God that created everything, including our space family. But on Earth, it's all distorted and confusing, and people have been messed up by a lot of the misinformation. And I'm just reading people's questions here. If anybody who's never been on the show has been a contactee, oh, thank you, Jane, for the question. If you've never been on the show before, if you have been contacted by human space people, visitors from other planets, I want to hear your story. Physically visited. Hey, Barbara, good to see you down there. Good to see you. Hey. And hey, Arizona, good to see you. You know, it's really weird. Naya Joe, it's possible they're being filtered. I can see you saying all my questions invisible or something. So Naya Joe, mention your question again. Matter of fact, Naya Joe, we're going to bring you up live here as a guest so I can get your question. And if you'll come up here live, I'll be happy to answer your question on the show. This is Encounters. We are an actual show. So if you come and accept my request, you can ask me your question right here live. Because if I'm not seeing it in the comments, I'll bring you up here. Billy J says, are the BBC showing the sightings? I say they were, but haven't fact-checked it. Is the BBC showing the sightings? I don't know. Thank you. I just stumbled across your live. What is your name? I just stumbled across your live. We're glad to have you with us here. So, by the way, this is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. So welcome. We like when people stumble onto our live. Mary Carroll says, sometimes I dream of spaceships. I'm reading people's comments here. Half Pint sending love to everybody. Thank you, Chelsea. Two-timing Timmy. I've made contact with Pleiadians April 2019. Two-timing Timmy, I'm inviting you to come on our show. You have to be over 18. No cursing, no drugs, no smoking, nothing like that. No paranormal discussion. Everything we do here is of the galactic cosmic level of discussion regarding the problem.
How you doing?
Timmy, welcome to the show. Glad to have you with us.
Thank you.
And so I hear a little bit of noise in the background, but I can still hear you.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
In 2019, you said you had contact with the Pleiadians directly?
Correct. So 2019, yeah. I was going through a weird period of my life where I felt homesick, like for somewhere deep in space. I reached out to someone by the name of Hazel Grace on Facebook, asked to have me put in contact with the Pleiadians. 25 hours later, I got more than I bargained for. Something very bizarre happened where I lost consciousness in a bizarre way. And then I came to in a room that resembled if you took a ball and flattened it a little bit. So you got the round, what would look like a flattened sphere if you were inside a silver flattened sphere. And I was on a table at probably like a 40 or 50 degree angle, like a slab. I had clamps around my ankles and my wrists. And there was a door to my left. And it looked like a protruding, like elongated oval, and it had a lot of slits in it. And after that, they dropped me back onto my bed. So now when I came back and landed on my bed, I fell through the ceiling, bounced onto the bed, then back up in the air, and then back onto the bed. And when I was looking at my ceiling, the ceiling was gone. And it was like if you were laying in a field looking up at the sky, and that feeling of the open sky, well, that was on my ceiling. And I saw a picture of the Pleiades star cluster projected on my ceiling.
Really?
Yeah. And I heard a female voice in my head say, 7 sisters, and the words Pleiadian. Now then the ceiling came back because I was in a room and I could feel like I was in a room. And yeah, so that was 2019. And in 2020, April 2020, when I had an encounter with a female reptilian in my basement in Hollis, Maine, that one's a lot harder to articulate how that came to be.
So let me ask a question, because I've been doing, if you're not familiar with my show, I work with the space people called Ashtar Command, which are Christed beings of light. When it comes to the reptilians, they are on the scale of we want to get those reptilians out of people's lives. And I've sent spaceships over locations, and we've actually captured the reptilians and sent them off planet. And I do this as part of my mission work. I come from Mars originally. I work with the cosmic Christed levels of light with the command. And so when you mention that, I want to continue with your story. But
Okay.
if there are reptilians in your energy field, I'd like to gift you a situation where we will get rid of them.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, I haven't dealt with them in many years.
Okay.
The interesting, so I'll go into detail a little bit. So I was in November 2020, I was up in Hollis, Maine, and I was going through unresolved trauma from my Pleiadian contact. And basically, I just went ham. Long story short, I went ham on the internet saying, come down here, aliens. You come in right in my backyard and land. And I got more than I bargained for. I was successful.
Really?
Yes. I was in some kind of dream state or altered state. I started communicating with something. And the agreement was I couldn't have any weapons in the house. That means I had to get rid of the knives in my house, and that was a deal breaker. So I just hung out in the basement, and there was just this great debate in my head about the table in the basement looking fancy enough for the meeting. It was a glass table, a round glass table, and I would just go back and forth about the table in the kitchen not being good enough. And so I just hung out in the basement long enough, and one night it felt like I was being encircled on all sides, and I barricaded the door in the basement, and I kind of made it so if something lightly brushed up against the door, everything would come crashing down and I would hear it. So I barricaded the basement door, and I just waited for something to come down the basement stairs, and it did. I thought it was my roommate coming home early, which he was 4 hours away and a couple days early.
Wow.
And
Okay.
before I could register that, as soon as I registered that wasn't Mikey, I saw the green leg, the right green leg, and I blacked out, and I heard, and then this is where it gets kind of embarrassing, but I'll say this. I heard a female voice, and the female voice was so attractive, I instantly popped wood, and I stopped, and I put my left hand out. I wasn't looking at her. And I looked down at I looked down, and I was like, don't come any closer. My boner is protruding through my trousers.
Oh, we gotta be careful. We have to be careful about those words. Because we're on TikTok.
Sorry about that, sir. But so, yeah, I'm still working on regaining more memory of the encounter.
Let me ask you a question.
2000, yeah.
Okay, because you said you heard a female's voice, and why did you barricade everything? That's what I'm trying to figure out. So you were connecting with the Pleiadians, and who was it that was coming towards you in that room that you had to, who was encircling you?
Okay, so these are two different encounters on two different years. So the Pleiadian encounter happened 2019, and in 2020, the reptilian encounter happened. So I was just in the basement waiting for this meeting to take place, and I was just going to bed at night and like coming to with information about a meeting, and all of a sudden it felt like I was being surrounded, and it was scary. So I barricaded the door, and I didn't know what was coming. I had no clue.
You thought you were being surrounded, for my audience, you're being surrounded by the reptilians?
I had no idea what I was being surrounded by. All I could feel was something was coming at me, and I was in danger. That's all I could feel. I had no idea. I had no idea I was hanging out in the basement to have a meeting with a reptilian. I was clueless to my own activities. It was so elusive that I could barely make sense of why the table in the kitchen was unsuitable for this meeting, that the glass table, that's a circular glass table in the basement, was more suitable for this meeting. And I had no idea I was waiting around for a meeting with a reptilian.
But so the meeting, who was making the decision about this meeting? The reptilians that were wanted the meeting with you?
That I'm not clear about, because I
Okay.
must have been in. I was dabbling with a lot of different stuff at the time, like going into
Okay.
trances. I was going into trances and doing automatic writing and going into some really deep parts of my mind. I don't know who I
Huh.
was talking to. It was just that the reptilians answered.
So you really, at that time, it sounds like to me, you were basically an open book. You didn't know how to protect yourself.
Correct. I was very
Oh,
novice.
okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's why they were able to do what they did. And
Yeah.
so what happened after that? So after that whole situation, what happened?
So what happened after that is, believe it or not, I've recovered some memories um, that I like. This is very recent. So in 2020, I recovered some memories, and then within the last 5 months, I've recovered more memories um, that I don't mind sharing. So I sat
Mm-hmm.
in a chair in the basement, and this
Mm-hmm.
female reptilian sat right on my lap, and I wouldn't stop talking, and successfully like aggravated her, and then yeah, and then poof, I remember nothing. I remember, so if I was sitting down and you had someone in your lap, like her body would be on my right side and quite
Right.
small. Um,
So
and I remember
so you're saying this reptilian woman, female reptilian, was short?
wasn't very large. It must.
Okay.
I don't know much about the reptilian race, but it was quite small. Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. I remember she was sitting in my lap, and she had her head kind of on my head. It was more of an intimate encounter. The reptilian said, "I'll imitate the vocal dialect." When she was coming down the stairs, she said, "I heard you were looking for a girlfriend," like that.
Okay. So, and we'll be careful because so this reptilian woman or female reptilian, physically, what did her face look like?
I don't have any memory of that. The only memory
Mm-hmm.
that I have vivid, clear recollection of is the right leg as she was coming down halfway down the stairs to the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Her right leg was green, and it wasn't very large. I don't know enough about like the genotype or like the types of
Right.
reptilians. I don't know enough about like their body types.
Yeah. Yeah. That's weird. But so you had the Palladians, you had an encounter with the reptilians. That's really weird. My numbers are going from 300 to 163. That's pretty weird. Anyway, so you had that experience, and then after that happened, what happened?
So after that, what happened? After that, I it's very difficult to describe. I remember like lingering around in that basement and like knowing something phenomenal happened down there, and I would just walk around that basement trying to remember something. So when
Mm-hmm.
I was doing these activities, like up and close to the like interacting with aliens, and then
Yeah.
just me normal waltzing around having a smoke in my daily life, it's like an alter ego personality persona that has a
Yeah.
different mind and memory of its own, compared to I woke up normal today and I'm just smoking a butt on the porch. So it's extraordinarily hard to give extremely
Yeah.
detailed description of all the events.
So since your novice period, when you didn't know anything, have you learned anything over the years from those experiences?
Yes, what I have learned is that just do not try to reach out to aliens. You will never be the same. It is extraordinarily traumatic. It's not worth it. You will think that you're ready for it, and you're not. You're just not.
Okay. Right.
You said
Now,
you had. Oh, sorry.
no. So this is good because I think you're still learning, and you're gonna. Sometimes we trip ourselves up when we're doing things like this. So I think for you. I do workshops. I teach people. I work with the Ashtar Command, which are the highest. There's no aliens out there. There's actually non-terrestrial beings, be it reptilians or others, but there are no aliens. They don't exist. That's a media terminology. So, but there are different levels of consciousness. So I'm glad you came on here. One of the things you want to do, so slow down a little bit, is you want to operate in a Christed frequency of consciousness. And you need to learn how to do that. By doing that, you also need to discern who you're communicating with. So what you're going to need to do is, number one, this is where I think I need to help you. Okay. And I've done this for many people. Many of my people in the audience know I can do this. I can send a spaceship over your location right now. Where are you located?
Yeah, geez, I don't deny that you could do that. Like, I'm consider myself retired from this stuff. I had a trance session with someone, and they gave me unresolved information about the Pleiadians and the Tegetian version of the Pleiadians, where they have a peace treaty with the reptilians. So I guess there's a benevolent section of reptilians.
I don't know about that. All I'm saying is, and again, it's up to you. If you let me do what I'm going to do,
yeah,
okay, retired or not, what I'm going to do, I do feel like they're still influencing your life, even though they're not there.
Oh my gosh! Listen, listen. If you know, listen, like. Listen, they tricked me. They tricked me into thinking this is V2K technology stuff. Like, I got so hemmed up in like the astral plane, or I've caught so many bad spirits and stuff from dabbling with this stuff. Yeah.
So here's what I want to do. I'm actually being told I need to help you. You're scattered all over the place. If you let me help you tonight, I will guarantee you, not only will we clear all the energies out, but you'll have no more problems anymore. If you let me do this. And again, no smoking. So I don't know if you're doing any smoking. So don't do that, because that's not helping you on a level of clearing your consciousness.
I'm not looking to be abducted tonight. I got a broken collarbone and a cracked.
No,
I got broken bones and a sling. I just don't want to be abducted tonight.
No, I don't we don't abduct anybody. The Ashtar Command is the opposite of that whole thing.
Okay.
The Ashtar Command are spiritual Christy beings of light. They're human like we are. They're very highly evolved. These are my space brothers and sisters. Okay. And I guarantee you, if you let me do this right now, it's going to make a big difference.
Okay, let's go for it. I have nothing to lose.
You have all the gain. So he's willing to do it. Naja Joe, he's willing to do it. So, and again, I don't force anybody to do anything here. So I want you to close your eyes. I want you to just keep clear and take a deep breath in and release out of your nostrils. Breathe in and then breathe out of your nostrils a couple of times until you're relaxed.
Okay.
Okay. And when you feel relaxed, let me know. And if anybody doesn't know what I do here, what I do is unconditional for people on this planet. And when I hear stories like this, I feel that I need to help the person. Okay. So when you're relaxed, let me know.
Yeah, I feel relaxed.
Okay, so we're going to send a spaceship of the Ashtar Command about 20,000 feet above your location. It's going to be a cloaked ship, and once it's there, it'll be there in about 2 seconds. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're sending 15 of our Ashtar Command people on the ground level. Are you in a remote area, like a wooded area? Are you in an area where it's not built up?
Built up in the city. Yeah, it's on a hill too.
On a hill? Okay, so the city, it doesn't matter whether it's a city or not. Then no one's going to see them anyway. Okay, so the ones that are on the ground level, they will be invisible to you. They can come into the room without having to, they can go right through the wall or whatever. These are positive men and women. They're not like what you were experiencing in the past, and very different. I want you to keep your eyes closed, and I want you to just let go of your thoughts. I want you to let go of all your thoughts right now. Okay. So what we're going to do is going to totally shift your consciousness and your energy field in your room and in your home. There's 5 of them. They're going to check all the rooms in your house. Do you have a basement area?
Yeah.
Okay, they're going to go through the basement. That was the key area where the energy of these other beings were. When they come into these rooms, they're going to clean sweep any negative energy that was in your house, and they're going to clean it all out of there in 2 seconds. Okay. The second thing they're going to do right now is you'll feel an energy shift. What room are you in right now?
I'm in my bedroom.
You're in the bedroom. Okay, so you're fine. They're going to come in. you're going to feel an energy shift in your bedroom in about 2 seconds. Just keep relaxed, keep your eyes closed, and keep your thoughts clear, your consciousness clear. The woman is going to touch your neck. When I've helped people, the neck area seems to be an area that has to do with some sort of clearing and activation of the human. So she's going to touch your neck area in a moment, and you'll be able to, if you keep your eyes closed, don't think about what she's doing. You will feel her touching your neck. She also has the ability to do clearing and activation, so that's going to be happening. So I'm touching my neck area, and she's going to touch your neck in about a moment or two. Just relax. You should be feeling some sort of an energy shift in your room.
Yeah, I definitely feel something.
Yeah, that's the woman. She's about 7.5, 8 feet tall, and she's part of our medical grouping of the Astrocan. We have a medical team. Unlike Earth-based doctors, they don't use any mechanical things. This is a very, very higher frequency. The other two, another man and a woman, one's going to touch your forehead. So if that other space person will touch his forehead, what they're going to do is work on your consciousness, on your brain activity. They're going to detangle all the stuff that the other space people did to you, because you've been all over the place. So they're going to clear all the energy in you and get you centered into a center of higher frequency. They're doing that right now as I speak. Okay. The other space people outside his home, I want you to check the area for any lower vibrational ETs that have been hiding out in his area, and please get them and quarantine them on the spaceship right now. The other one is touching your forehead. They're working on your brain area, your etheric body. They're also working on your physical body as well. They're clearing your breathing area that's been clogged up a little bit. They're clearing that out too. And also in your home, they're amping up the vibrational patterns of your home. They're going to be amped up really high up.
Okay.
They're going to put a protection around in your whole building, or your whole, on that hill you're in the city. They're clearing all the energy. They're also monitoring the energy in the ground of the building, where the building is. They're checking everything out. They're trying to clear everything out that might have been affecting you.
Okay.
They're going to stay with you till Sunday.
Okay. They want to come to church with me?
They're not going to go to church with you, but they're going to actually amp up everything, protect you. You're going to also have a protection field around your physical body that will be permanent. Now, what that means is no one will be able to see the physical protection around you, but there'll be no way that any negative ETs can come near you ever again.
Okay. Can I get some names of who's going to be with me?
I don't have the names. There's like 15 space people, but they will. One or two of them will reveal themselves to you before the end of the weekend, so to speak.
Okay. Is it going to look like a person?
Yeah, just human beings like you. They're just taller, and they're human. They're beautiful people, men and women. They look just like us. They're not going to be anything like you've experienced before, and they're going to be way different than you've experienced.
Okay.
Okay, so it's going to be, you're going to feel a very loving frequency. Matter of fact, now, if the space people in the room would just let him know and just show him a feeling of energy, of love energy, so he knows it, spiritual love energy, please do so. Let him know that you're there for the positive reasons to help him.
Oh yeah, something's definitely happening. That's legit.
Okay, thank
I
you.
want to speak in light language, and I'm leaning back. Oh yeah, pushing me back. Oh baby. Oh yeah, something's happening. Whoa,
Yeah, they're
just got
clearing all
thrown
your
off
energy out.
balance.
Yeah,
Yep.
your contact with the light beings initially were interfered with by the reptilians. There's no agreement with the reptilians with any of the star people. That was trying to take you off the road, so to speak. The reptilians were trying to divert you from who you are because you didn't know how to do anything. You were basically letting everybody come in, and that's always a mistake. That's always a mistake. But
It
now with
is.
this, so I'm teaching you something here, and my space brothers and sisters from the commander, they're helping you. You're
Excellent.
never,
Thank you.
they're going to work with you. I want you to do this. This is very important. I want you to say, I'm a Christed being of light.
I am a Christed being of light.
I will no longer let any negative ETs in my home.
I will no longer let any negative ETs in my home.
I am empowered in the cosmic light,
I am empowered in the cosmic light,
and I am a pure being of light.
and I am a pure being of light.
There you go, brother. You see?
Praise God. Yeah, there's something happening. I can testify to that. That's serious. That's real. Whoa, something's trying to push me backwards.
Oh. No, they're helping. They're working on you a lot. They're working on you.
Oh, good. Yeah, they definitely are. That's real.
You were the reptilians and the other ones. They were playing games with you, and they were messing you up.
I had reptilians in my bed that I can throw out names. Ekba, there's a female reptilian Ekba, there's male reptilian Samar. I couldn't get them to leave me alone.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Let me tell you something now. They are not coming back. As a matter of fact,
good. Thank God.
Let me just do this. I want the command to find out where their ships are. I'm asking the command to go after their ships, and then we're going to quarantine those two and the rest of their group. They don't have a large group. We're going to have them quarantined. That's my gift to you. We're going to stop it right now. We have already stopped it.
Okay, thank you. It's been months since I've heard from them, but I'm glad they'll never come back.
You're not gonna have them come back at all. The commander's going to protect you. You're not going to have any negative experiences. How do you feel?
Feel great. I don't even want to move from where I'm at because I'm being like pushed around by something, and I can feel something's definitely occurring right now. Wow.
They're working on they're working on straightening out your whole mental, physical structure of your body, and you're going to be feeling really good now, and in the next 24 hours, even better. Matter of fact, whatever you've been doing with this smoking thing, they're going to help you stop doing that. Yeah, don't do that anymore.
Good. Okay, I won't.
Yeah, that's affecting your temple. Your body is your temple, so your temple needs to be protected.
Yep.
They want you not to do that anymore.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
All right, Timmy, I want you to, let me know what happens. Keep in touch with us. You're now part of the show, and I was very happy to gift you with this. And what I do is real, folks. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't have neon signs. I don't have pendulums running around. I don't throw cards in the air. I don't play any tricks on anybody. What I do is real. I come from off planet, and I am from the Ashtar Command. So, Timmy, thank you.
You really are.
Here.
I know all about this stuff. I know about the colonies on Mars. They try to recruit me to go to Mars for a while there. Wow. Nice to meet you.
Well, I'm from Mars. Mars is an inhabitant of 10 to 15 million people. Some live on the surface. There's vegetation on Mars.
Can I get your contact information?
I try to keep that more general to just messaging.
Okay.
But yeah, you keep in touch with me. But yes, I appreciate you being here, brother. All right, and let me know what happens in the next few weeks and how things are going.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Timmy. All right.
Bye now.
Okay. This is what I do, people. And if you don't believe I do it, then you've not been following my show. Okay? I always do what I'm supposed to do. I don't listen to anybody out there because I know when I'm guided by my space friends, the command, and when I'm here empowered in my own spiritual commandership, I always have to follow through with what I say I'm going to do. If I don't, then I'm not doing the mission work. Okay? I am too, Connie. So yes, I am human. I always say I am human, but I also am activated. I'm fully activated. I'm able to do these things, you know. See if 10 other people on TikTok can do what I do, or on YouTube can actually do what I do. I will guarantee you none of them can, because they're operating in a 3D confine of thought, because they're operating in interviewing people on these UFO shows with generals and former generals and people in the Air Force. And I'm here helping people and stop the negative ETs from affecting them. So I'm here to help people. Yes, this is a UFO talk show on a spiritual level, but I do more than just interview people. You see? Thank you, Dazed. I see a lot of questions here. Let's see. I have pictures on my page from my contact with UFOs. Katie, if you'd like to come up, we'll bring you up in a minute too, I think. I want to see what people are. Let's take a look here. Cool Matt 2148. Cool Matt 2148. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself, Cool Matt 2148? There's so many questions here. Ken says, who has bases on the moon? Why do they seek out certain people and not others? Shogun Love, can you tell me what you mean? Like, are you talking about the star people, or are you talking about the negative ETs? Can you give me more specifics? And D, I heard she needs help. Yes, absolutely. I'd love to share my story. Okay, so I'm going to bring Katie up to just break it up a little bit. I'm going to have Katie on first, and then I'll bring D up after that. So D, don't go anywhere. We'll help you. Katie, I'm going to bring up right now to share her story. And I'm going to bring Katie up right now on Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. And you have to be over 18, no foul language, no cursing, no drinking, no smoking, no vaping, no paranormal discussion. Everything's in, we can talk about mer people, Bigfoots, fairies, the star people, UFO sightings. Cool. I have body illness, can sense things. You have a body illness and you can sense things. And let me see here. I believe. Hey, Katie, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. We're glad to have you on the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host, Commander Alion. And where are you located, Katie?
West Virginia.
Oh, welcome to the show. And give us some background. What's going on? You were mentioning some things on the comment section. So please share.
So this happened about 2.5, 3 years ago. And I was with a boyfriend of mine. The road was called Redden's Holler. And we had pulled over. It was like a big opening in the middle of nowhere. And we was just sitting there, and I started seeing lights in the sky. Well, they started coming through, and it was like triangles. And it was 3 lights, like 2 in the back and 1 in the front. Well, then they started changing colors. And it started off with like 2 or 3 of them. So I was like, oh man, like I need to start taking pictures. Well, I started videoing instead. And I guess my boyfriend at the time, he wasn't too interested in it. So he ended up falling asleep. I sat out there for almost 4 hours just watching these beautiful lights.
Wow.
And there at the beginning, I was like, how can I get them to realize I'm here? So I flashed my high beams at them. And it's like as soon as I'd done that, they all started showing up.
Wow.
And it was I was scared. But like the best thing you can do when you're like in a situation like that is to remain calm. Don't freak out and just be open.
Were you scared of the spaceships? Is that what you were scared of?
I had never been in a situation like that before. So I really didn't know how to act.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much was a novice, and this thing started happening. And you're like, now what do I do? What's going on here? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, I have a bunch of pictures on my TikTok of some of them, like when I was able to go through the videos and like
Hmm.
slow them down and everything. Like they was
Oh.
beautiful colors. They was like green and pink. Some of
Mm.
them was coming through as like hearts.
Wow.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and at one point when I was able to go back through the videos and stuff, it was like a portal that had opened up. It looked like the Northern Lights.
Really interesting.
Yeah,
So
and it
when
was
you
like a
when
circle.
a circle. So when you had the sighting, were they coming through the circle, this galactic portal in the sky?
Well, what was weird, sir, is so it looked like they had like some kind of like technology and it looked like like clouds, but then it looked like
Hmm.
smoke too.
That's
And
weird.
it formed in like a circle.
Hmm.
And it's hard to explain. It's very hard to explain, but like it was a perfect circle. And then it was like it happened so quick,
Yeah.
but there was a lot of them coming through it.
Yeah. And now I've got to ask you, and that is not always the case when you have a sighting like that, but
Yeah.
what year was that? What year did that happen?
I would say the beginning of 2020.
2020. After that happened, did you have any other events happen where potentially you had like contact, physical contact with off-planet space people or beings?
Not that I can remember, no.
Okay. So you just had the sighting. There was no future events to occur, so to speak, correct?
No. And another thing
Okay.
that was weird is
Hmm.
I had just got a new phone at the time and like I didn't know at the moment, but I was videoing myself
Yeah.
on like my front screen and I was recording on the other side, right?
Yeah.
And it was like it was very weird. It was like an x-ray. Like it looked like my I was glitching.
Hmm.
And you could like see my bones and stuff. Like it's really weird. I know it sounds
That's
crazy,
weird.
but like it was like I was
Nothing.
glitching.
Hey, nothing's crazy here. So when
But I
you
have the
when
videos if you would like to see the pictures.
oh, I love to see the pictures. Yes. So that is strange, but it's not crazy. I mean, hey, look, there's things we can't figure out that are happening with us, and something happened there that you can't explain, right?
Oh, never. I'll never be able to explain that.
Well, well, that's interesting. Your story was interesting, and I really wanted to have you up here to talk about it. So, and we appreciate being here. This show's usually on at 11 o'clock. Once in a while, I take a night off just to regenerate my energy here because it takes a lot of work to do what I do. But
Yeah.
I'm glad you came up here from down where you are and sharing the story.
I would just love to know what group it was.
That's the thing that I'd have to really meditate on. I
Yeah.
wasn't getting any clear. All I know is that obviously you were meant to see them. That was something that I can, from getting your story. Obviously, your boyfriend was sleeping. You were the one who was supposed to see them. So, if you were to reflect back on visually those spaceships, those objects, what would you say? Where did you feel? If you have any knowledge in your own being, what would you say, or where would you feel that they came from? If you had to take a guess.
I feel like it was I don't think it was a bad group.
No, it wasn't a bad group.
No, I don't know. I honestly have no idea, sir, but I
So
do know
here's
that I was very excited and happy.
So here's the deal. See, I don't like to have to always give the answers because I know you have them. So here's what I want you to do. Do you do any meditation?
Sometimes.
Okay. So if you do some meditation, what you do is you want to clear your mind out, maybe do a 10 or 15-minute meditation, and you want to just clear all your thoughts out in the 3D world. And I want you to
Yeah.
reflect back on when you saw those spaceships. And I want you in your consciousness to say, can you tell me where you're from? And again, the one thing I will say, just to make sure you are protected in getting the answer, is that I am a Christed being of light on earth. I soar your ships. Can you please tell me if you are Christed beings of light, spiritual beings of light? That's the first question. If they say yes, then you can ask them, where are you from? Where did you come from? And if you do that, that will make a big difference. So you want to always proceed with a bit of caution. I know it wasn't a bad experience, but you want to make sure before you get into full communications who they are, where they're from, and all that stuff.
Yeah, and that's like the guy that was just up a minute ago. Something he said really resonated with me is I've always had a feeling of wanting to go back home. But I don't know where that is. I know I think I was sent here.
Yeah, see.
I don't know where from.
Well, there's certain things you're getting right now. The fact that you said you think you were sent here, you're telling me that you were sent here. You don't have to think about it. You were sent here. You will now get the bits and pieces. And I think the relationship between that sighting of those ships and the fact you just said, I think I was sent here, I think you're connected with whoever those space people are in those ships that appeared to you when your boyfriend was sleeping. You didn't have a negative experience. We know that based on what you were telling me in the story, based on everything I'm hearing. I think through meditation, if you follow my guidance, I think you'll reconnect with them and you can ask them where they're from. I think there's a connection there. Yeah. That's why they showed themselves. Now I think what's happening is they're waiting for you to communicate with them, you see.
Yeah.
That's what they're basically waiting for you to say, okay, when is she going to communicate with us?
I just feel like probably if anybody else had been in that situation, they would have like really freaked out.
Yeah.
They probably would have scared them.
Yeah, you weren't scared because you knew that they weren't negative. And that's why when you had that experience, if they were negative, that something totally different could have happened.
Oh, but absolutely.
You had a very positive experience.
Right.
You know? Hey, Kathy, let me know what happens. Just, Katie, if you just do some meditations and focus on that level, I think you'll have some beautiful interactions telepathically, because they are telepathic beings. So you want to find out where they're from and just start it slowly as you eventually get to communicate with them, whenever that is. There's no like, it's going to happen tomorrow, but when it does happen, keep a journal of it, make a note of it, and what they're communicating to you about in their interactions with you.
Absolutely. Thank you for letting me come up and share my story.
Oh, Katie, thanks for being here. You're a blessing. I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Okay, you have a good night.
You too, Katie. I appreciate Katie coming up here. This is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I am Commander Alion. If you have been visited by positive interactions with space people, if you've seen fairies, mer people, Bigfoots, if you've had sightings of spaceships or what you call non-terrestrial UFOs, and you want to share your story, we'd love to hear it. Are there any other people out there that have been having direct contact on the positive note with positive space beings? I know we have 276 people out here. I have to do the math. I would probably suspect some of you are quietly having contact. You never went public about it. Are you willing to be on the show and share your story? So you have to be over 18, no kids on the show, no vaping, no cursing, no smoking, no drinking, no being drunk or any of that stuff, no paranormal discussion. But if you have a story to share and you've never been on the show before, I'd like to hear your show. Okay, I mean, like to not hear your show. I like to hear your story. Man, I'm telling you, it must be too much apple cider. I'm going to drink some more of that. And it's only apple cider. We're out to, hey, Tinkerbell. Yeah. Can I be abducted? Let's see. Well, you don't want to be abducted. User 281, you never want to be abducted. Abductions are negative. What you want to do is never be abducted. Jen, I'm going to bring you on next. You don't want to be abducted. We're going to bring on D. Mine isn't positive. We're going to help D out. I think we're going to be helping another person out. I'm actually going to bring up D because I promised her I'd bring her up first. Then Jen will be next. But yeah, you don't want to be abducted by any space being in outer space. You don't want to be abducted. That is looking for trouble. If you want to have positive contact with Christed beings of light, that's what you want to have. But you don't want to be abducted. Nobody should be abducted. All right? D, I'm going to bring D up. I got a feeling I'm going to be going in Ashtar command mode here. D is our next guest. D, we're going to bring you up here about your negative ET thing, and we're going to definitely help you out here. So D, if you accept my request to come on the show, I will help you. The Ashtar command will help you, and we will get rid of the negative ET thing that's happening with you if you're out there. D, I did see D's comment. Now let's see. Billy J15 had encounters. Yeah. I'm just going home and see a black something here. D, are you still with us? D, are you still with us? She just told me she's having negative. We want to help her. Welcome, Sandy. I think, I don't know where D is, but we'll try to get D up here. Let me go backwards and see if we can find D. Well, I did send her a request. Live, love, and laugh, she says D. KD wins. I think we lost her. You're watching Encounters. We'll be right back, and you're watching the #1 spiritual UFO talk show here on social media. Okay, and we're back. This is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. And let's see. So D, you just have to press accept on your screen. You'll see a thing that says accept, and we'll bring you on here. Okay, let's see. D, I'm going to press the guest button here. D, I just sent you a request to come on live. You'll see it pop up on your screen. Just press the accept button. Press the accept button, D, and I'll be able to bring you up. Or go to the multi-guest option on TikTok. You see the multi-guest option? If you do that, D, you can come up on the show. You see the little two things that says host multi-guest? Press the multi-guest, and I can bring you up here live. And don't mind the trains, they're coming through. Hey, Billy. But we want to help out D here. And if we can get her on here, we can definitely help her. Yeah, or come back in. D, just go back out of my live and come back in. Oh, yeah, we have the trains going by, Tinkerbell. So, D, go out of my live and come back in, and we'll see if it resets itself. And then go to the multi-guest option, and we'll bring you up here. Then you can come on the show. We'll definitely help you out. Yeah, this is the time of night the trains come through. And I want to thank all the people that are here. We're almost at 100,000 likes. please follow our show. If you're not following the show, follow each other. Definitely. Oh yeah, we have apple cider. We just got a new Danny, a no half gallon of apple cider, so we're drinking it. Jacques, thank you for the bolt. I appreciate it, brother. Hey, Half Pint. Good to see you. Mary and Ray up in the Appalachian Mountains. I just took myself. What happened here? I just went. I didn't even have any guests on, and this happened to my screen here. Okay, let's see if I can bring myself back up. Man, that's really wild. I just had my screen just went. Let me see if I can bring my screen back up to where it was. Let's see. Can I bring the screen up? What's this thing do? That thing doesn't really do anything, I don't think. Filters. I'm checking my filters here. Oh, that's what that does. Okay. I'm testing my filter system here. I'm trying to bring more light into my camera here. Let me go back to the original. None. Okay. Whatever I did, I just ended up having my screen go to a different setting here. We're going to move the camera closer to the light. Here we go. Bring the light up a little bit more. Here we go. Well, that's better than before. So we're now closer to the light. I'm hiding in the shadows. That's right. All right. So we got a little bit more brightness here. I don't know what happened. This happens on my screen once in a while. So thank goodness it was bright most of the evening. Thank you, Honey McRells, for the coral. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. I think they are stopping D. Well, whoever they are, if we get her on live, we're going to help her. D, if you can see me, press the multi-guest option. And when you do that, I will be able to bring you right on the show here. We're coming up to about 12:51 in the morning. We'll stop the Dracos, D. I'm pressing my guest button here. D, accept my request. I just sent you a request to your area there. D, do you see the guest option on the bottom of the screen? Look at the screen on your TikTok screen. There's a little icon. It's called the multi-guest option. I want you to press the button on that, and I'll be able to bring you up. Yeah, for some reason, Joe, it's not, the TikTok is not showing your questions. I don't know why. And, there, I think, where's D? I've got to help this person that's having problems with the Draconians before I get into any other interviews here. D, good, okay. So I have two, I'm thinking if D is in here. Nope, I don't see D in here yet. So we need to get D in here. D, if you can go to the multi-guest option, you will be able to come on the show. Oh, I believe it was appropriate, but TikTok seems to be filtering words. I don't know why. Okay, D just came back in. We're hopefully this will work. D, press the guest option here on my show, and we're going to bring you up here. Okay, Dee's joined us again. Dee, I'm going to try to bring you up here myself. Here we go. Dee, I just pressed the request button to have you on. My phone, your phone won't let you join. Her phone won't let her come on live. That's weird. And you have plenty of people following you, so that's kind of strange. This is weird. Okay. Oh, is she private? No, she's public. She has her setting on public. D, press the pink and blue people icon. D, press the pink and blue people icon on my TikTok here. Press that. That's the multi-guest option. It would be good if I had her on the show, then to do what we're trying to do this way. It's more powerful if I can do it with her on the program. I'm just UFO UAP. Hey, brother, good to see you. So Dee went out and she came back in, and she's still having problems. So well, that's a bummer. We'll have to figure this out at some point, Dee. She may need to change her settings on her phone. That might be true, Trudy. She might have to do that. Maddie says, I just cried about my encounter yesterday. I don't write about it publicly, but I can message you. So, Maddie, your encounter yesterday, now you got me thinking here as I hear that. When I hear something like that, was it a positive encounter or a negative encounter? I'm reading comments here. Miss Daniel says, close the TikTok. So, D, if you close your TikTok app and come back on TikTok, then it might just change everything and maybe you can come on. Let's see here. Hey, USA Midnight, good to have you with us. Welcome. A lot of interesting stories here in the comments section. Welcome all the new people coming in here, finding the show for the first time. And this is Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. Welcome, everybody. My worst happened in 2017. So, Maddie, I'm not sure how much you've watched my show. Would you like to come on here? It's a safe place to come on here and share your story, Maddie. And I think there's stuff that went on that was not good with the ET stuff, and I can help you if you wish to come on here. I can certainly help you. Let's see if Maddie is out there. Maddie, we're going to see if she, Maddie, come up, please. Maddie, and when people need help like this, that is the first thing on my list. And then we'll get to other stories. But these kinds of things are really what we need to do is help the person. Hey, Ashley, good to see you. Hey, Lilac, good to see you. Excuse me. Oh, Naya Joe says, my questions include words like trust. I did see that, Naya. I was able to read that sentence, no problem. You've never been live before. So trust me, Maddie, I'm a contactee. I've had contact since the 1960s. I work with the space people of the Ashtar Command, which I'm from. I come from a planet from Mars, and I will be very, very much able to assist you in ways that probably no one could do that in the past. And if you're having had negative past encounters with negative ETs, we will put a stop to it. And by the time we get done doing what we're doing with you, if you come on live, we'll hear your story, and then I can help you. I guarantee it. You know? So we're very much honoring everybody. I can see them, and I have posted them. They are physical, mentally, and emotionally abused and loved ones. So Maddie, I think Maddie is public. Let me take a look here. Maddie is. Let me see if Maddie's public or not. Maddie. Let's see here. Maddie's TikTok is. Oh yeah, Maddie. Change your setting. Go out and change your setting on your settings. You need to change your settings to public. Change your settings to public, and I can help you. So you're going to change your settings to public, because right now nobody can follow you or anything. Go out and rechange your setting to public. Come back in, and I'll put you on the show here. Okay. Now Dee's coming back in. So I know there's at least 2 people here I need to help here tonight. You know, this is one of these kinds of nights where, you know, Command has me doing all this stuff that I've been activated to do now. And we're going to try to help a few people here on the show. To be a guest on the show, Maddie, once you come back in, you press the multi-guest option, which is the little people icon, and I will be able to bring you on here. TBT, welcome to the show, TBT. Maddie's back in, and we're going to try to bring Maddie on here. Let's see here. Okay, I think I've got Maddie in here for the first time. Hey, Maddie, good evening.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hold on a minute. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, my headphones need to be charged, so I'm taking the headphones. Oh, they are charged. I can hear you, no problem. Let me just put these back in here for a minute. Okay, you can hear me now?
Yeah, is there an echo or anything on my end?
Oh, good. I'm going to try to put the headphones back on. I think I'm charged up. Maybe not. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to wear the headphones now. Anyway, tell me when the draconian thing started with you.
I don't know if it was draconian.
Wait a minute. It's telling me I should use my headphones. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So, tell me when the draconians started interfering with you.
All right, so like I said, I don't know if it was draconian.
Wait a minute.
Sorry, I'm very nervous, but I'm gonna try my best here. So, leading up to the worst encounter I had, there was 2 previous encounters I had, and just to let you know, I was in the middle of nowhere, so there were no witnesses. But me and my parents, we would see this craft literally in between me and my neighbor's house. And it was a farming community, so nobody there. But the first 2 experiences I had, they were pretty close together. And I just remember waking up very shortly. I remember being laid down, and there were 2 gray aliens.
Oh, the Zeta Reticuli. They're called Zeta. The big heads.
What was that?
Yeah, the Zeta, they have big heads and big eyes. They're called Zeta Reticuli. We were calling the Greys. They're actually Zeta.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I don't know for sure what they were doing, but I did not like that. I did not like that experience. And then the third was just the absolute worst for me. I saw this really scary. It was cloaked. It had black and gray ashy skin, and it looked
Hmm.
bug-like. It had a square jaw. It was very long,
Mm-hmm.
and it had an object, and I don't know what it did to me, and it just I really get upset about it. It's horrible to think. I don't know what it
It's
was
okay.
doing.
We're going to help you here tonight, Maddie. We're going to help you.
I'm not trying to get emotional. I hate thinking
It's
about
okay.
what was it? What did
No.
it do?
Mm-hmm. No, we're going to help you. There's a reason why. As soon as I heard your sentences say what's going on, we're going to help you.
All right.
Let's see here. And what I want to do is let's do this here. So what I'm getting is I'm going to do something right now. I'm going into a switch my consciousness from talk show host into Ashtar Command mode. So when I say Ashtar Command mode, and if you're not familiar with Ashtar Command, that's where I come from. They are the positive Christed beings of light, my space family. They are men and women. They're human. They're very beautiful people. And what we're going to do is help you. So what we're going to do right now is send a spaceship over your location. Whereabouts are you located in general?
I mean, I don't really know how much I believe in all this. I just wanted to share my story.
Yeah,
I've
but the
never.
fact is, your story is based on your experience, and your feelings are based on something that happened to you. And there's no way of running away from it, but there's a way that we can stop them from doing it again.
I mean, I haven't had any more experiences. This is just, once in a while I'll think about it and it pops
Hmm.
up every now and then. So I came across
Yeah,
you live and I know you want me
yeah.
to come on, so I just wanted to share with you guys.
Hmm. Do you feel comfortable enough to have some positive interaction with the space people, the good people?
No, probably not. It was horrible for me. I don't really want anything to do with any of it, whether it's good or bad.
Hmm. Okay, I'll respect that. You know. But when you were telling me about it and the fact that you started getting emotional about it, there's still trauma. There's a lot of trauma there that hasn't been resolved. You realize that, right?
Yeah, I realize it. I thought maybe talking about it would help.
Oh, it
But
does.
I don't
It
know
does.
I don't know how much this is helping, to be honest.
Well, you know what? I know a lot of people that first said, Commander, I don't think I want to do that. But I'm telling you, if I'm not saying you have to do this, but if you were to do it, I guarantee you would have the most beautiful transformational experience of energy. And you can think about it, and you don't have to make a decision tonight or anything. But certainly, as you just came upon my live, let me see here. Hold on a minute. That we can actually help you. The Astro Command medical group on our ships, they've helped many people. I've done this for tons of people on my show, where they've come into their house, they've worked on their mental and physical body, and by the time they're done, the person went from being nervous, upset, remembering the negative things that happened to them, to having very beautiful, positive transformations. And so, if you ever do decide to let me do this, and I know that you're new to the show, it won't be anything but good. It'll be the most beautiful experience you'll ever have. I guarantee it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I will definitely keep that in mind. I
Yeah.
appreciate your show. I like that you
Oh,
give,
thank you.
yeah, I like that you give a platform to people that have had these experiences. And, it sounds like the chat isn't judging. They don't think I'm crazy. So I really
No, they
appreciate
don't.
that. So thank you so much.
Nobody and nobody on my show will ever think anyone's crazy. And if there's anyone on here that thinks someone's crazy, they won't last on this show too long. So we appreciate you coming on, Maddie, And the door is open to you whenever you decide to want to come back and go further.
All right, thank you so much. I don't know how to exit, so if you can just
Oh, I
go
can do
ahead
that.
thank
No
you.
problem, Maddie. Let's all thank Maddie for coming up here and sharing a bit of her story. And again, we're just going to see who else is out there. Okay. And let's see. I'm just reading comments here. Okay, I didn't do this. Wait a minute. Let's see. My TikTok's going a little bit weird. Just saying here. Well, we're getting up to about 108. We got 101,000. 101,000.6. Thanks everybody for making that happen. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, Jen. Jen's next. Jen is our next guest. Jen is coming up. Jen, just accept the request thing or go to the multi-guest option. There we go. Jen was the next guest after that. Hey Jen,
Hi.
good morning.
Can you hear me?
Well, let me bring my volume up. My AirPods need to be charged up, it looks like. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's really weird. My AirPod's working. Yeah, I can definitely hear you. Good evening. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. So, I've had 2 encounters. I am now 45 years old. My first encounter was when I was 12 years old. There was a really bright spaceship. It had a light going, like, circling all around it. And then it had a red light beaming down. And it made a really loud beeping sound. I was at my home and me and my mom heard it. And we go to the window and we went outside and we quickly ran back in when we saw it.
Wow.
And it was hovering over my house. It was hovering over my house for like a good 45 minutes to an hour and making that beeping sound. And then it disappeared. It just whoosh went up into the air. And then the second encounter, I was 17. Huh?
Yeah, what color was
Go
the
ahead.
ship or what color was the craft when you were watching it, you and your mom?
It was at nighttime, so I couldn't tell.
Okay, so was it like it lit up or did it have any light to it or?
It had a white light circling it and then a red light beaming down.
Really interesting. That's an interesting type of UFO craft. And so what happened after that one?
After that one, I was 17, and it was a similar aircraft, UFO or whatever. It had a white circle going around it, and it was gray. I could see it. It was not that far away. And me and my best friend were traveling down a dirt road, and it appeared in the field next to us, going the exact same speed that we were going. Yes. And then when the road was about to come to an end, it went up into the air.
So basically it was following you, it knew you were there, and then it disappeared and went up into space.
Yes.
What were you feeling about that at the time? I'm always interested when I hear stories like this about a UFO encounter and it's following you and then it goes into space. What did you feel about that at the time?
We were really scared.
Did you think you were going to be meeting these space people or beings or whoever they were?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. I thought so for sure.
What do you think stopped that from happening? Because usually that's the thing that happens before the actual direct encounter. Like, how did you feel?
Really?
Did you feel like, did you feel like they were just trying to, figure you guys out, or maybe there was a connection between you and them, and not that I know the answer to that, but I'm just trying to see how you felt about that. That's very interesting in terms of what you were saying.
I feel like there was a connection between myself and the spacecraft.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
was scared, but I'm curious, if that makes
sure.
any sense.
Yeah, and obviously they didn't do anything like in traditional stories where a person gets abducted. If you look at all the historical stories, Bud Hopkins, who wrote many books, who was a hypnotherapist who dealt specifically with books about people being abducted. John Mack from Harvard University is no longer alive. He had a group of people that would gather. These people were people from all walks of life that were abducted. But in your case, you had this craft, a spaceship, following you, and then it just went up into space and took off. It didn't stop. It didn't land. It didn't. There was nothing else that happened at that point. Obviously, you weren't being abducted by any space beings on that craft. They were monitoring you and following you, which is interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very interesting. No matter what speed we were going, if we were going 35 miles per hour, it would go
Yeah.
35 miles per hour.
Wow.
If we sped up to 70, it went 70. Yeah, it was wild.
Wow. That's amazing. That really is amazing. Well, I'll tell you, and since that period,
Yeah.
have you had any other experiences on the ET level with the spaceships or no? Any other sightings or any
No,
other
but I have been
encounters?
hearing a noise outside. No, but I have been
Ah,
hearing a noise outside lately, and it is not a creature of this earth. I can tell you that. I don't know what it is, but I've
really?
never in my life ever heard anything like it. It almost sounds like two monkeys fighting.
Okay. Does it sound
But
does it sound like it could be a Bigfoot? Do you live in the country?
I do live in the country, and
Okay.
yes, and I was also speaking of Bigfoot. 7 years ago, I was house sitting in Georgia, and I was 13 miles away from where they were filming Bigfoot.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So when you mentioned they're making these noises, it sounds to me that there could be Bigfoots in the area.
Oh wow.
Yeah. There are ways of, I don't know much how you track the Bigfoot. There's like knocking sounds, like you knock on a tree with a hard piece of wood or something. You knock on a tree. I've watched some of the more serious Bigfoot shows, and what these scientists do is they knock on a tree for a response. Now, what I would do is maybe go outside, knock on a tree, and see if you get a response. If you get a
Okay.
response, then that's definitely a Bigfoot or Bigfoots in the area where you live in that country area. Most
Oh
likely there are
wow.
Bigfoots there. Yeah. Yep. Without a
Okay,
question.
so what do you think about those spacecrafts that were following me? Like, I mean,
Um,
what do you think they wanted? I feel like they wanted something with me. I don't know.
I think that I'm not getting a clear indication about them, and usually I'm pretty clear about it, but I don't think they're negative. I think that if you go through meditation, like your 10, maybe 15 minutes of meditation, center yourself, put a Christed energy of light around you. When I say that, it's really easy to do. Just say that. Just say to yourself when you meditate, "I'm a Christed being of light. I am protected in cosmic Christed light, and only positive space connections can occur with me and interact with me telepathically." And when you do that, you're setting boundaries. So I don't know who they are specifically, but I think if you set those boundaries and meditate, you'll get a response telepathically from them because they are telepathic.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely
Oh,
believe
okay,
so.
great.
All right, well, Jen, I'm glad you came
Well,
up here.
thank you so much for having me. If you would please exit me out because I'm not sure how. I'm pretty new.
I'll take you gently off the spaceship, and thanks for coming on Encounters. Here she
Thank you
goes.
so much.
All right, and let's see here. I see. I'm going to bring. I got a lot of people on here. I'm going to bring the memory. Okay, here. I'm bringing this person on. I remember they had a story to tell. And let's see here. The Memory Keeper. How you doing, Memory Keeper? Good evening.
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. I was a
And
little bit
whereabouts?
skeptical about coming on here. I don't know why I'm scared to talk about this
Oh, don't
Um,
be scared. Everyone, I'm a contactee. I've been a contactee since the 60s. I've come out of the closet about being off planet 21 years ago. So you're perfectly safe here. My audience is going to love you. So tell me where you are and tell me about your story.
I don't want to give my location because I'm scared because
Oh,
I don't know what kind of beings you are knowing, so I don't want to give my location.
right.
But
No. Okay, you don't have to give
um,
your location, but just say in general, in the US or Canada, where you
yeah,
at?
I'm in Texas.
Okay, that's fine. I don't want a specific location. But
Okay.
go ahead. So share your
So,
story.
so I don't know what this is, and please forgive me if I sound like rude, but I grew up Jehovah Witness, so when you're Jehovah Witness, you don't really so much believe in things like UFOs and paranormal stuff. Well,
Right.
I notice I said was, and I had some strange thing happen where I didn't see a ship or anything like that, but I was asleep and I woke up to these things. I don't know what they are, but these beings um, over me, and this was about in 2017.
Hmm.
And I there were all these bright lights, and these things were very unattractive. Like I'm gonna put it that way.
I
Um,
believe you.
they were like a grayish, yeah, like a yellowy gray color.
Hmm.
Okay, and they were something I have never seen before. So I didn't know if it was like a demon or what it was.
Yeah.
But they were having these big bright lights, and when I woke up, I wasn't in my bed. I was somewhere, and there were these huge lights to where I felt like I was being blinded, and
Hmm.
I felt like something opening up and um like as if I was having surgery.
Huh.
Okay. And I was crying, and they were telling me that it was going to be okay, but they weren't talking in voices like me and you were talking. It
Yeah.
was like weird frequencies. I cannot explain it. It
Yeah.
wasn't like a language how we're talking. I just
Okay.
know what they were saying because I just knew. I can't
Yeah.
explain it through tones.
Hmm.
Okay. So then I couldn't speak, and I felt like I was having my tongue pulled out.
Oh
And
no.
when I woke up later on and I was back in my bed, there was, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this stuff, but there was red stuff, if you know what I mean,
Yeah, we'll
on
just
my
keep it.
shirt.
Yeah.
And it was all over my shirt, and it was on my pillow, and it was on the side of my mouth,
Hmm.
and it was on my stomach,
Oh my
and I
God.
had marks on my stomach.
Oh
And
my
I
God.
didn't know what happened. I was like, I had no clue what happened.
Hmm.
So I called my mom, and my mom came and got me, and she took me to the mental hospital because
Hmm.
she thought that I was going crazy. She didn't know what was going on. So I was
Hmm.
in there for a couple of days, and then I was released again. And long story short, this happened to me twice within
Twice.
a 3-month period. Well,
Wow.
I ended up having trouble breathing after that.
Hmm.
Now, mind you, I had never had a problem with my lungs before, and this is pre, all the,
Hmm.
the C word.
Yeah.
Okay, so I went to the doctor, and they found holes all inside of my lungs. Big
Really?
holes. Yes, and I was having trouble breathing, and it was where I felt like they were doing surgery.
Hmm.
And to this day, I have what they do not know, but some sort of lung disease they cannot figure out. They call it a lung disease
Really?
because they don't know what to call it. But I have holes all in my lungs as if something had made holes or eaten my lungs. Excuse me for like being graphic, but I have images of them. I
Hmm.
have documentation
Hmm.
from my pulmonologist. Now,
Hmm.
I was completely healthy before,
Hmm.
and so I was even seen by the CDC. I had to be followed by the CDC for 6 months
6
because they could
months.
not figure out what happened to me. They didn't know if I had some strange disease.
Hmm.
Like, they checked me. You have no idea how many tests I had done,
Hmm.
and no answers to this day. and I struggled to breathe because whatever that was tore me to pieces inside.
Yeah.
Um,
I can tell you they were negative ETs, of the most negative ETs I've ever heard of before. They were negative ETs.
yeah, my life has not been the same. I have not left my apartment in 4 years. I do not go outside of my apartment. I do not leave my front door because
God.
I'm terrified. I am absolutely terrified of the outside.
So,
And
you know, and I'm reading your energy and the story of what they did to you. And I don't know how much you've watched my show, but I'm not from here. I am human, but I'm also not from here. I work, my space family are Christed beings of light. They're men and women, they're human. And I'd like to help you.
I don't know, like they haven't been back since, and I feel like I'm scared to see anything like that again. I don't know if it was a demon. I don't know if it was
Those negative ETs of the most negative levels of energy. They really are, I don't know which group they were, but they were a group I've not seen or heard of. But the fact of the matter is,
Well, before they come, there's blue lights. Before they come, there's big beams of the brightest blue lights you could ever see. But they do not look blue. They are a grayish yellow.
yeah,
Their faces look horrible,
yeah,
elongated. They're very tall. I mean, like literally like the tallest things I've ever seen. Super tall.
yeah. So
And
what I'd like to do, because I know that this is not resolved, it's not resolved. I'm glad you're here. The reason why you're here is so I can help you. And I've helped many, many people here. And if you
do
accept
you
my
think I
help,
could have them fix my lung back? Like, because I can't get a lung transplant. The doctors don't even know how to help me. Do you
right.
think
So
that
let me say this. I don't have that ability, and I'm not going to make a promise about that because I'm not even at that level. But what I can do, at least what I can do, if you let me do this, we will send about 10 Ashtar people, medical people, to your location, and I can do this in like 2 seconds. But there's a procedure that I have to do when I do this. And if you let me do this, it will actually be very, very positive and very, very beautiful. In terms of whether they can heal the holes in your stomach, I don't want to say that because I don't want to put myself in a position of saying I can do something that I can't do. I don't want to end up, I just have to do what I know I can do. And I'm not doing anything other than assisting you and having them come to you, the space people.
that's something I have to think about when you're traumatized by something like that? You are absolutely terrified to
Yeah,
see
I know you are.
anything of that sort ever again. Like I cannot explain to you how terrified I am. I mean, I'm even terrified of actual people, let alone I just, unless I knew that, whoever did this to me could, fix back what happened. And it's not fair. It's just not. Like, I was really healthy. And I didn't do anything to anyone. It's just unfair. Why did this happen to me? Like, I feel like I don't have any quality of life left, and no one can help me. Like, when the own doctors can't help you, who can?
I can help you. I'm willing to help you. I know it's tough, but you've been so traumatized you can't trust anybody. You know? If you give me a chance to help you, it'll be the most...
How can I find more information about who you are? Because this is my first time clicking on here. Like,
Okay.
I don't even know who you are.
I'm going to tell you who I am. I'm an open book. This is a really popular program. My name is Commander Alian. I am a human being. I've been a contactee since the 1960s. I had my first contact with men and women on a spaceship in light blue outfits when I was preteen. I came up my brother's room for some reason after dinner, and I opened the blinds and they were there, and they telepathically communicated with me and told me I wasn't from planet Earth. And I never forgot the story of what they told me. I've had many positive UFO sightings or spaceship sightings. I've been working with the Ashtar Command, which are the positive people from the other planetary worlds of light for many, many years. And everything I do, there are people on here that'll vouch for me, that everything I do here has helped many, many people since last year when I've been on here. When I started doing this for people, we've gotten rid of the negative ETs. We've helped heal the mental traumatization that people have had. And I can tell you, I know you've been traumatized so much so that there's not a real trust of anybody, and you're so isolated. And if anyone went through that kind of experience with those kinds of negative ETs, I think they would be as traumatized as you have been. And we love you so much that I can't sitting here listening to how traumatized you are and not be able to do anything about it. Because just to give you my background, I work in the most highest levels of Christ consciousness, in the highest levels of light. And, I know it's hard to trust people because of what you went through. I completely get it. But if you let me do this, I guarantee you there'll be a mental healing. I can't tell you that the space people are going to physically heal your lungs. I don't want to go that far because I don't want to put myself in a position of saying something that's not going to happen. I try to keep things honest. If they do something like that, I will be amazed and I'll be so grateful if they do that, but I can't say that's going to happen or not. What they can do is make sure you never have the energy interference from those beings again.
I just don't know if that was like a being, like, or like, what if it was something different? Like,
well, they had a beam coming from these lights, so they had spaceships.
I didn't see a spaceship. Like, I mean, other than when I was in that hospital room looking thing, like, I couldn't see past those lights that were so bright, but I didn't.
They definitely had some ability to, when you were in a room lit up and they were doing that experimentation work on you, that wasn't something that was earthbound. They had you in some sort of a room, and I'm getting some sort of a craft or something where they were doing this stuff to you. You were actually abducted. We call that an abduction. And that's the worst thing possible, to be abducted by any kind of lower life form ET. They have the advanced spaceships. They have these things they do when they abduct people. And it's all abductions are different. Yours is so different from all the other stories I've heard. And it's the worst traumatized situation you've ever been in, and I feel so sorry that you went through that. And I really, truly, in my heart, now that you're hearing a little bit more about me, what I do, I really do want to help you. I can't force you to have me help you, but if you let me in the doorway, so to speak, you will have protection from the highest levels of light if I help you.
Let me think about it. I would like to think about it, and then can I message you if?
Yeah, message me.
I don't want to do this on a public thing. The
reason why I do it here on public is because this way I know they're there, and it's tougher for me to do it if I'm just doing it without seeing the person in my camera. It's for some reason that's the way they want me to do it. But think about it, because if I do it, I guarantee you the energy frequencies in your room will be different. They're going to amp up all the energy, clear up all the negative energy, all the traumatization will be gone. And I can tell you that what they did to you when they did to your body, your lungs, is going to be healed. I can't proclaim to know that, but I can at least do what I know what to do. But I want you to think about it, because I won't feel good unless you're healed of the trauma. And so at least think about it, because you shouldn't have to live that way with that trauma.
Yeah, I will definitely think about it. I just want my body back.
Yeah.
To the way that it was. I would give anything in this world. They could have anything else they wanted. I just want my body back to the way it was.
Well, they shouldn't be able to have anything they want. They shouldn't be able to have anything. As a matter of fact, whoever these space beings are, um, the command can go after them right now, even without doing anything with you. The space people of the Ashtar Command can find who they are, and they will quarantine, with the word quarantine, those space people.
Yes,
And they
please.
can do
Like,
that.
I don't think they should do that to anybody else. Like, I don't care if they were doing tests or what they were doing, but they shouldn't be allowed to do that to anyone. Like,
No,
I
and
don't
they
care if you're
absolutely
curious or you want to know something or you need something, like, you should never do that to somebody, like,
no,
ever.
no. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, even though we're not doing anything to help you, um, we can go after their spaceships and who they are.
That would be great. I really do hope that
Here's what I'm going to
happens.
do. I want you to think about what I'm talking about. I'm going to do right now is send an Ashtar command ship, 2 of them. We're going to find out where these beings are. We're going to go after them right now tonight, and I won't know exactly if they were caught or not. They will be caught. They're going to be found. I'm not going to sit here and do nothing. So we're going to send an Ashtar command, 2 of the ships. I want them to go after these beings, these ugly-looking, low-level ETs with their spaceships and what they did to this woman here. And I want you to capture them and quarantine them. And let's do that right now.
Okay.
And I don't know what's happening. I just know that they can hear me. My parents on board the ship can hear what I'm saying. They watch our show. Our Astro Command family, my biological family off planet, is watching this.
People are
And
saying stop. They're beautiful. People are saying they're in the comments. Like, I don't
they're
know.
not beautiful. The person that's saying that needs to stop. They're not beautiful. If you're saying that the people that abducted her are beautiful, I'm going to take you right off of the show. The person saying they're beautiful. They're not beautiful. People that abduct people and do things to them physically are not beautiful. And I will not have it. So we're going to definitely we're going to take that other person out that's saying they're beautiful. Let's see here. I just want to make sure. No more about so we just did this. So we're going to definitely do it. We're already doing it. I've sent 2 spaceships to go after them, and they will not be able to escape. They're going to be caught. They're going to be quarantined, and they're going to be sent back where they came from. They're never going to be able to come again. Even though you are where you are, and we're not doing anything. I'm not sending any space people where you are. But I'm going to do, if you let me do it, we're putting a protection around your home, a shield of light, and
Okay.
will protect you from any interference from any low-level ETs.
Okay, that's fine with me.
That's my gift. We're not going to do anything with you. You think about what I'm talking about. But at least I can do is give you a gift, and that's my gift of protection to you.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
All
Okay,
right?
thank you so much.
All right? And I know what you're going through. I can feel it. I'm sorry you're going through it. And you're a beautiful person. You really are. I want you to just say this right now before you go. Even though we haven't done anything, this will give you a lot of strength. I do this with everybody that I hear stories about. I want you to say, I am a Christed being of light.
I am a what?
You're going to say, I'm a Christed being of light.
I'm a Christed being of light.
I will not be attacked anymore.
I will not be attacked anymore.
I am a beautiful being of light.
I'm a beautiful being of light.
And I am strong.
And I'm strong.
Okay, there you go. That's as simple as it gets.
Thank you so much. You have a good night.
You too. I'm going to bring you down. Message me, give it some thought. And if you do decide to come back, we will take care of that problem also, and we will help you. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Really, there's this stuff has got to stop, even if it's a couple years old. The experiences people have, what they did to this person, it's just wrong. It should never happen. And the fact that what they did is they took her on their ship and they did things to her lungs. It's very, very wrong. My cat is speaking. I have a cat. What's going on here? Yeah. That was the most intense story I've ever heard. You know? Man. Yeah, it makes me totally upset that that happened to her. No one should be able to have that happen. You know? Our shows are recorded, so if you miss any portion of my show tonight, it'll be on my YouTube channel, Tash Star Command Spaceship News. You just got a request to come up on again, Commander? Oh, that's weird. So at least she let me put a protection around her house. And we are going to catch those ETs. We send 2 spaceships to go after them. I have no idea where they are. I leave it into the hands of the Space Command, the Ashtar Command people. They'll take care of it. You know, it's against universal law, you know. But some of these low-level ETs, they don't care about universal law. They're just going to do what they want to do, right? Not anymore. The command's going after all the negative ETs that might be around. D, okay. Can you try to get me on one more time, please? Yeah, D, we can definitely do that. I'll bring D back up here. Yes, the Ashtar Command is who I work with. Let's see here. I'm not sure what's happening. I tried to bring D back up. It seems like it's not working. Star Runner says they come after the fear. And let's see here. We have Skipper, who was a recent guest. We have Cool Matt, and we have Daryl. We're going to bring up Cool Matt. Let's see here. Let's see here. Cool Matt, good evening. Welcome to Encounters.
Hey, Commander, how are you? Thank you
We're
for
doing
bringing
good.
me on.
How are you?
Can you hear me good?
I can hear you good. Let me see if my headphones are, I think they're back to normal here. Let me put these on. We're going to try to go on here. And can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
It should switch over to my earpods. Wait a minute. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, that's weird. I got the earpods on here. Give me 1 second. Okay, I think it's working. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Evidently, my earpods are not working yet. But tell us your story. We just had a really intense interview just before.
I see. I was just happy I was able to get on. Usually I'm at work around this time watching your show.
Oh, great. So give me some background as to what your story might be.
Well, my first encounter, I would say, probably was when I was younger. I would say like around 14. I think I woke up one night. I was like real hot, and I looked out the window and it seemed like this being. It was about at least 8 feet tall with like green glowing eyes and like wavy curly hair. And I'm pinching myself. 'Cause I'm like, all right, I know I'm not dreaming this. And then like ever since then, like from that situation, I've been having like sleep paralysis, or I'll see like shadows of stuff moving.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was another time I was sitting on the computer and we were looking at some videos of stuff, and I seen like a small, I don't know if it was a ET demon or whatever,
Hmm.
but it was like small, about 3, 4 feet, with like 3 fingers. It was like white, and it was just looking.
Hmm. That seems like it was a small type of ET of some sort. Some people said your audio sounds muffled. Can you talk into your phone a little bit more?
Oh, it might be my phone. Let me try and get some of the phone.
Or try to bring up the volume, maybe. Other people say they hear you fine, so other people might want to bring up their volume on their phones to hear them if you're having trouble bringing up your volume. All right, continue on. I'm listening.
Oh, I just went into another room. Maybe it was like like my fan. I
Yeah,
was like, maybe that was making.
you sound better. I mean, I can hear you. You sound good. People say they hear you fine, but go ahead. You're good.
Okay. So those are like my situations, and like I know I'm in tune with stuff because I could sense like different things, like like energy shifts
Hmm.
and stuff like that. That's why I was like asking, like for the extra command, to help me and guide me and stuff like that.
Oh, the Astro Command, yes. So in terms of that guidance, the first thing I suggest to people, even in my workshops, is about maybe a 15 to 20-minute meditation when you have time to meditate. I always suggest that you use the word you or om, which is a traditional word. These are high vibrational words or tones, you or om. It'll bring up the vibrational patterns in your meditation. Also, if you go on YouTube, you can look for ambient Christed space music or ambient Christed Christ consciousness music. What that does is it operates at a certain frequency. And when you get to that frequency, it puts your consciousness into a higher state. And when you do that, if you want to connect with your star family, which a lot of people have not yet connected to, you can do it through meditation and using that kind of vibrational patterns. You just have to take your time slowly getting into that groove. And once you do that, eventually you will have contact with your star family. But there's a number of things that one needs to go through to get there.
Okay.
Hey, Yaya, my friend Yaya's here. Um, so yeah, you want to definitely always concentrate on focusing, turning all the 3D world out of your consciousness. In order to do this, you need to also center with the center of your being, the higher self. The higher self is your connection to your cosmic self. Your cosmic self from the higher self is your connection to your star family. And if you're able to do those 3 steps, take your time with it. It's not like a race to the finish line here. Everyone's going to get there when they're going to get there. And as you do it, allow yourself to just take deep breaths. A lot of times you want to take a deep breath in, breathe out, usually like 3 or 4 times. Once you get into that groove, you'll see things differently. And then you can be telepathically asking for your star family to communicate with you. Give me a second here. To communicate with you, and they will. But always say, and the way to do this is to say that I'm a Christed being of light. I wish to connect with my cosmic Christed star family from outer space. But if you're, and you can ask if you start getting a telepathic response, say, who are you? Where are you from? And are you accepting of the Christed levels of light? And if they do that, you want to always be careful. So you're making sure that you are connecting with your star family, not with some imposter or something. So take your time with it. And if you need any assistance or help, you can always ask me. I'm here to guide you, and I'll be happy to help you out with that too.
Okay. Okay. Are you able to help send someone like tonight? Because, like I said, I'll be, spiritually attacked. So I don't know if it's like the ETs attacking me or whatever.
Yeah, so we don't deal with the paranormal, but if it's ETs, what I'll do is I'll do this for you tonight. We'll send a ship over your location, and we'll just have them check your area. And
Hmm.
if you are being attacked by negative ETs, well, I'm going to have you do this before. You're going to be my last guest for the night, I think. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. So here's the deal. I want you to close your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to take a deep breath in and breathe out through your nostrils about 3 or 4 times until you're relaxed.
Okay.
How do you feel? A little bit relaxed?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to send a small group. We'll send a ship over your location, about 15,000 feet cloaked above your location. Are you in a suburban, urban? What kind of area you live in?
Urban. I'm in Philadelphia.
Okay. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter whether you're urban, suburban, or even in the country. So we're going to send 5 of the Astro Command people into your location. Do you have a basement? They keep asking me this. Do people
Yeah.
have basements? Okay. I don't know what the significance of a basement is, but I guess they're concerned about every level of a structure.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to go in. There's 5 of them. They're going to go. 2 of them are going to go in the basement. They're going to check the energy there. They're going to go through every room in your house. Okay. They're going to check every single energy level in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And if they find anything left there by negative ETs, they're going to clean sweep every room, and they're going to up the vibrational patterns in each room. What room are you in right now?
Well, I moved to the living room. I was in my bedroom, but the fans
Okay,
were
you're good.
way too loud.
All right, so you're good in the living room. So what we're going to do is keep your eyes closed. They always like to work from the neck area.
Mm-hmm.
So in a moment, there's going to be 2 of them. They're about 7.5 to 8 feet tall. These are men and women, and they are, again, we have a large, we call a medical ship with
Mm-hmm.
many, many medical people that are different than Earth-based doctors and nurses. These are very advanced spiritual beings of light, men and women.
Mm-hmm.
As they come close to you, keep your eyes closed, please. One of them's going to touch your forehead. So if one of the space people will touch his forehead, one of the medical people, please touch his forehead and let him know you're there. In a moment.
Okay.
Relax. Tell me how you feel.
Feel good. I haven't felt anything yet.
Not yet. The other one, please touch the neck area. Please let him know you're there. Touch the neck area, please. Keep your eyes closed. Clear your consciousness. Everybody's different. Every guest I have on with these situations is different. Some don't feel it right away. Some feel it later. Everyone's different. Sometimes you'll feel an energy shift in the room that you're in. So
Mm-hmm.
if you feel anything, if you feel like an energy flow or shift, that is the space people.
I do feel that, like the pressure change.
Yeah. Yeah, there's 5 space people in your living room right now. So if you feel a pressure, if you feel an energy shift, that's the space people in your room. I'm going to communicate with them telepathically. Can you please, one of you, let him know you're there, not just by the flow of energy in the room. Let him know you're there. Could one of you touch him on the top of the head? Let him know you're there. Gently touch him on the top of the head, please.
I can't feel that. I feel like some pressure on top of my head.
Yes, that's one of the women. One of the women from the Astro Command. She's touching your head, so it's a different energy feel. So they're going to work on your consciousness. They're going to clear the energy of the etheric body, the physical body now, and they're going to work on your physical consciousness. They're going to center your energy, and they're going to open up the cosmic consciousness within your mind so you're able to connect with your star family eventually. They're also clearing all the rooms, the basement. Everything's being cleared out of all the energy from the negative experiences you've had. And they will stay with you for till Friday.
Okay.
They will stay with you till Friday. And then before they leave, they might reveal themselves to you a little bit, just so you know they were there. But they will be tall, they will be very human, and they will be wearing spacesuits of some sort.
Okay. Thank you so much, Commander.
Okay? And I appreciate you being here. The person saying, oh, brother, if you're going to be coming in negative, you're going to be in a situation where you're not going to be here. I think Betty something. So we're going to watch that Betty person and see where they're going. So we're going to take that Betty out of here because of the old brother. That tells me who that person is. And they don't need to be on our show watching the show. They're gone. Thank you so much. Cool, Matt. Let us know what happens, man. Keep in touch with us. And we thank you for being here.
I will. Thank you so much.
All right. Many blessings to you. All right.
Same to you, Commander.
All right. You take care, my friend. Let's see here. That's my last interview. I did a lot of stuff tonight here, folks. And it's going to be beach day tomorrow. We're going to the beach. So we're going to be going to the water. I'm going to get into that water on the Long Island Sound and just enjoy the water and the beautiful beach. So it's a beach day. He's much more relaxed. Yes, he was definitely more relaxed. Hey, Rod, good to see you, brother. I did a lot of work tonight here, folks. And I thank you for all the gifts. Please, if you wish to support what I do have a Venmo. If you have Venmo, which is part of, it's part of PayPal. Venmo is a PayPal company. Go on my main profile page to the link for Venmo. I would appreciate any direct donations you want to give me. I'm not going to tell you what to do. That's up to you. But if you can do a donation on Venmo, please do it. It was very much appreciated. So go to my Venmo account. And thank you, Leanna. You know, to do what I'm doing, it takes a lot of work. It's not something that is, it takes a lot of work. Ashley, we love you for that, you know. And we do take out the negative people in here. If my moderators don't get to them first, I will take out any negative people in here. You know, I always wonder why they come in here. They're drawn to the show, and then they say things that are totally opposite of why they're even here. But the good news is we have great moderators, and even me, the host, will take them out. You know what I mean? Thank you, Ashley. We appreciate that. And yeah, it's like a full-time job, you know? I'm going to enjoy the beach day, D. We definitely will. But please show your support. I'm going to do some of these things. I'm going to put, it's the coral. And I know it's a lot. It's 499 coins. But if you can do a direct Venmo, you can do $5 or $10 on my Venmo link on my main page. Please do. I would appreciate it. My Venmo is available to anybody out there. You just press the link and make the donation. That's all. If you want to do the coral reef, I have 3 of those available. And that also would be very helpful too. So we appreciate anybody who wants to do that. We'll do 3 coral reefs. It's almost 2 a.m. in the morning. And again, I want to thank everybody for being here. We'll be on tomorrow night, which is Thursday night. What is today? Today is Wednesday. Yeah, Spirit, thank you. I don't even know what day it is anymore. I've been on so long here. So tomorrow's Thursday on Earth. Okay, so it's Earth. It's on Thursday, July 4th. Friday on Earth is July 5th. Okay. I have to remember, being on this planet, there are certain dates for different things. All All right, everybody, have a great night. We appreciate you. We love all of you, all the new people. Everybody follow me. Everybody follow each other, and have a great night. Yaya Spirit, thank you so much for the coral reef. We appreciate it, Yaya. You are a beautiful, beautiful person, and thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll catch you all guys later. Sonia, thank you for the heart. We thank you so much for the team heart. And we're going to get out of here. We'll see you all tomorrow night, and have a great day tomorrow. Enjoy the 4th wherever you are. Get out to the beach, go hiking, whatever it is. Just have fun. We love you all. Take care, Ashley. Everybody, take care.